It was just another peaceful morning in Paris. You know, the vibe croissants baking, tourists smiling, and the Louvre Museum standing proudly like the guardian of history. But on this particular morning, something absolutely insane was about to go down. While people were lining up for their chance to get a selfie with the Mona Lisa, a group of thieves was in the final stages of planning something straight out of a Netflix show. And believe me, these guys made the Money Heist crew look like absolute amateurs. It all happened on an ordinary weekday, right around 9:30 a.m. Three men rolled up to the Louvre with a cherry picker lift truck. Yeah, you heard that right, the kind you use for cleaning windows or fixing streets. They were all decked out in reflective vests, looking just like a crew of city workers. Nobody even gave them a second glance. Security guards probably just sipped their coffee and thought, oh, more maintenance guys. But no, these were not maintenance men. These were master thieves with nerves of solid steel. So, what was their target? The Mona Lisa. Nope. They were aiming for something even shinier. Their goal was the Galerie d'Apollon, a hall so dazzling it could blind your wallet. This is where France's royal jewelry collection is kept. We're talking emeralds, diamonds, sapphire treasures that belonged to kings and queens, worth millions upon millions of dollars. In less than 10 minutes, they're about to pull off something that even the most seasoned thieves would call completely insane. Picture this. The lift goes up. One of the guys smashes the window, probably thinking, bonjour history. Within seconds, they were inside. No tiptoeing, no elaborate laser. They used power tools to shatter the display cases. They grabbed 8 or 9 priceless jewels, packed them up, and just vanished. The entire operation took less than 7 minutes. There were no alarms, no gunfire, no chaos. It was just quiet, smooth, and brutally professional. Almost too professional. Now, you're probably wondering how they made their grand escape. Did they have a getaway car waiting? A helicopter? Not even close. They jumped onto Scooty ZS. Scooty Zange just melted into the busy streets of Paris. Can you even imagine that? People probably saw them zipping by and thought, oh look, some delivery guys in a hurry. But nope. Those weren't delivery guys. Those were thieves who had just made off with over $80 million worth of royal jewels. By the time the museum staff realized what had happened, it was far, far too late. The Louvre, one of the most secure and famous buildings in France, had just been robbed in broad daylight. The news spread like wildfire across the globe. The French government was furious, calling it a national embarrassment. The police scrambled, launching a massive investigation. Some suspects were eventually arrested, but not all of them. And the jewels, to this day, they are still missing. They could be hidden somewhere, melted down, sold on the black market, or locked away in some billionaire's secret vault. Let's be honest, if Netflix doesn't make a show about this, it's a crime in itself, because these guys didn't wear red jumpsuits or Salvador Dali masks. They wore high-vis safety vests and fooled an entire country. They didn't need a mastermind called the Professor to give them orders. They were the professors of real-life robbery. And so the Louvre robbery has gone down in history as one of the boldest, most audacious heists of modern times. It was a theft pulled off with incredible planning, brilliant simplicity, and pure, unadulterated confidence. The world's greatest art museum, a fortress of culture, was outsmarted by a few men in reflective vests. If that isn't cinematic, I don't know what is. They say crime never pays, but you have to wonder about these guys. They literally got away with history. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true stories. See you next time.